Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm so good. So through this exercise, I will have a video playing. And it's just going to be recording our conversation and that kind of thing. So if at any time you feel uncomfortable or you've said something that you don't want other people to know, just tell me and I can stop the video and that's totally fine.
Okay,
so,
awesome.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about just you and your family and how you guys get along and that kind of thing, and also just your experience at OSU and what led you to come here.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Okay, I'm from Owasso, and my entire family lives there, and so that was a blessing growing up because I got my grandparents down the street, and then aunts and uncles down the street, and so I always had. My mom also had a free babysitter all the time, so I'm sure she really liked that.
That's awesome.
But so I lived in Owasso for up until college, and so that's why I was really excited to come to OSU and experience something different because it gets kind of old doing the same thing over and over and seeing the same people over and over. But overall, it was really good, and I like where I came from for sure.
That's really cool. Do you miss your family since all your family lives there? Do you, now since you're in college, have you missed them a lot and been homesick?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't necessarily been homesick. I keep busy, and so that kind of helps with not missing my family and stuff. I miss them, but it's really nice that I can just text them if I want to keep up, and or even just Facebook. I can keep up with my cousins and stuff, and so that's really good. But yeah, there's some days when I wish I was in my own bed or I had my grandma's
home cooking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been pretty good, and we've been able to communicate. And I'll call my grandma every once in a while just to chat and keep up with her and stuff.
That's really sweet.
And then I'm an only child, but I have step siblings, and so we're all kind of all over the place. My oldest one, he's 26, married, and stationed in Georgia, and and our parents got married when I was 15, so we're close as we can be, but we're pretty different.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of things, on my dad's side, I have a stepbrother who's 9, and so we also we're as close as we can be. But he's a 9-year-old boy, who,
right?
Plays sports, and so we're also we're friends, but we're not super tight. So, yeah,
that's really cool. So how does that work with your parents and stuff? Do they see that you guys are different, but you guys still work together, or?
Yeah. At first, when my parents got married, they wanted us to be best friends, but just the fact that I'm 10 years apart from both of them almost, I think they kind of realized oh wait, they're not going to be best friends, but we are. We have good relationships. It's not a bad thing at all, but they kind of accepted oh, they're not going to be best friends, but they're going to get along and it's going to be good. And so
that's cool.
It's been fun, especially because I grew up as an only child for 15 years. I finally got some other people to go on vacation with and stuff, because it just been me and my parents.
It's
and now I'm okay.
Oh, it's not all about me now. That's good and bad. That's okay.
I know. I'm Christmas isn't about me anymore, but that's all right.
That's funny. So what about here at Oklahoma State? Do you find yourself having a family here and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I definitely say I have a really solid friend group, and I know I could go to them with anything, and I feel I don't have to pretend I have my life together, because no college student really does.
No, not at all.
They just accept me for all my weird quirks and weird habits and stuff, and so I consider them my family for sure, and I know I could go to them at any time, any hour, and so that's awesome. And
it's really cool.
It's been a really good thing, and transitioning to college and getting comfortable and just finding those friends that make it easier.
Yeah.
So because I was really worried about finding friends at first, but I think that's kind of common for everybody.
Yeah,
for sure. So
that's really cool. So have you seen anybody from your high school come to Oklahoma State and that kind of thing?
Yeah, some people. I mean, I graduated 650 people, so I had a big graduating class, and so a lot of people come to OSU because it's OSU's only an hour away.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't run into them too often, but I didn't have any really close friends from Owasso come here, which at first is kind of sad, but it's been kind of a blessing too, though, because it's made me branch out and talk to other people and
really find who you are as a person and not have to rely on your high school friends.
Yeah,
and everything, for sure.
Because they always say, in college you kind of get to pick whoever you want to be because no one knows who you are. I'm oh wow, that's kind of intense, but also it's been really good in that I feel I don't have to try and be something. I'm just gonna be Maddie, and it's really nice.
And people love Maddie, so continue to be Maddie. You're welcome. Yeah, that's really cool. So, what about the future? What do you see yourself doing?
So I'm an HDFS major, and my track is in youth and family ministry.
Cool.
And so I went on a mission trip to Guatemala a couple of times in high school, like my junior and senior year. And I realized that's like what I'm passionate about, and like sharing what I'm passionate about. And so I want to do like work for like a missions board for a church and like take kids on mission trips, preferably kids, just because I think it's fun to work with kids and it's really cool because it's normally like their first time going, and I think it'd be really cool to be able to witness that. And so yeah, and I want to move somewhere outside of Oklahoma. It's been good, and
I've loved a landlocked state.
Oh yeah, so I'm ready to move somewhere like Colorado and just where it's not 100 degrees outside in September.
Yeah,
so,
really cool. So that's really cool that you'll be the person to like start the flame in their hearts for missions and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be really special. And so, I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm only 19, so I mean, it could change.
Life still happens.
Oh yeah, life happens for sure. But yeah, that's kind of the plan for now.
That's really cool. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really appreciate it.
So. Yeah, good luck on your project.
Thank you. I'll see you